And we start with this Fox News alert. The Southeast is picking up the pieces after Helene killed more than 230 people, making it the deadliest hurricane to hit our mainland since Katrina.
The Biden-Harris administration is sending 500 more active duty troops to hard-hit North Carolina, bringing the total to 1,500, as thousands are still waking up without power.
Remember, it happened 2 Thursdays ago. Lawrence is live in North Carolina with a first-hand look of the destruction. Lawrence.
Hey, good morning, family. And just to show you the scene here, the best way I can describe it is if you picture a war zone in a movie, well, that's what this community is facing right now. I want you to look at this, guys. This used to be a car repair center right here, and you see this car that has been devastated right here. You look inside of the building, there's other cars that are in there that are just pinned down. On the other location right here is a mattress location. There's nothing there. We had to literally go to Google Maps to figure out exactly what it was. On the other side is a service station, completely hit as well, and the people are coming together right now, private organizations pitching in, but there's a lot of questions about where is the federal government? They say they're here, but the people feel a different way. We spoke to them yesterday. This is what they had to say. Watch.
We never thought it would hit up here in these mountains like this. But when we walked down and seen that road gone and that bridge gone, I mean, it took my breath. I was like, what happened?
Lots of disaster in this area, a lot dead, a lot without power and water. We don't know when the water will be restored. I don't have either right now.
My son hiked 5 miles to get me. We went through all the devastation of there were no roads, there were no homes, there was nothing.
Just so much damage. It's been somewhat overwhelming. We feel like we're in a war zone.
People have drove up and they've saw what we've got, and they've just covered their face in their hands, sobbing that they were able to find something to eat, something for their babies.
It's such an outreach from around the country. I mean, folks from all states coming in, and they're just helping us and bringing supplies in, truckload after truckload.
I think that our government can do more, because we're going to need the help. There's roads gone. There's, it's going to take a lot to rebuild us.
There's so much more that could be done, and giving us $750 if you can even apply for it is ridiculous. And I've only heard of a handful of people getting approved. $750 isn't going to do anything even if you do get approved. Not with the damage we're seeing, not with the hurting that people are going through right now.
Where is the help for Western North Carolina? We can send billions to Ukraine, and we can't help Western North Carolina. That's our money. We pay it in, we work, and we should receive some benefit from the government with our own money. It's just not right. The people of Western North Carolina that are hit hard should not be suffering like this.
I don't think she's doing enough, and I don't think Biden's doing enough either. I'm sorry, I don't.
Everybody I talk to, it's pretty much a slap in the face. We're not getting the support from her, from the president, the sitting president. We're just kind of having to suffer through it and figure it out on our own.
I would say to Kamala Harris, this tragedy did not happen in a nice neighborhood downtown Asheville. Step out, get your rain boots on, get your mud boots on, your gloves on, and go out there and walk through what I hiked through for 2.5 miles to get back to Asheville, to get back to my family. You hike it, then you tell me what it's like. You step it up, you're up your game.
As you can see, the frustration and the passion from those residents. Let's bring in Carson and Sarah, the pastors at One Focus Church. You asked me, what can I say? I say, tell me everything. What are you seeing? Tell me some of the stories that you've heard from your membership.
Some of the stories will break your heart. Yesterday we met as a congregation and we just cried a lot of the time. I mean, we have congregation members that have found bodies in mud, wrapped around trees, trapped in. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. But I think one of the most amazing things that we've seen that's just blown us all away is how the community, people that live here, are walking, getting in their vehicles, getting in their ATVs, getting in their 4x4s, and they're literally taking balls of water and handing to people saying, what do you need? How can we help you? They have chainsaws that they're just carrying with them, chopping stuff, going through creeks, going through rivers, just getting to people.
I asked, you, this Carson and Sarah as well, who's getting these bodies? Are these the government officials that are cutting people down? And y'all said the people are doing this.
The stories we've heard, it's been individuals. It might just be a couple of friends and buddies that have gotten together and gone out and tried to be helpful and help with recovery efforts and everything. And they've literally just gone and pulled bodies out of the debris.
How bad is it here? I mean, you know, when people see it on national media and they hear the stories, they say, oh, this was a week ago, everybody's in place, things are getting better.
We still have a lot of people without power, without cell phone, without, and that's one of the biggest things is we couldn't communicate with anybody.
For 4 days?
Yes.
We still can't at our house.
It's still super spotty. And
Yesterday at the church, which is just right over here, we just were able to make telephone calls with Verizon Wireless. Yesterday at about close to noon, we were able to make some phone calls, but we weren't even able, it was hard for us to even set up supplies and get things because we couldn't even talk to each other. We were trying to figure out, do we have any of the CB walkie-talkies anywhere?
Yeah, coordination was hindered.
Coordination was difficult, but what was incredible was people were doing by word of mouth. They were saying, I'll be back. Let me go down the road, get you something, and I'll be back.
What do y'all need right now? As this is, I mean, I've been impressed with the churches that have stepped up. You got Samaritan Purse that are on the ground, the helicopters in the air. But how can we help?
I think one of the things we've been blessed and overwhelmed with the amount of people locally, nationally. I mean, we have people from Oklahoma, up north, down south, Florida that are contacting us trying to figure out what we need, have already sent supplies and everything, are making deliveries daily, if not multiple times a day. I think one of the big things is to remember that it's super easy for the rest of the world to start to move on after you hear a story for a couple days. It becomes old news.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be old news. This is going to be lingering for a long time. And the people here, I mean, water. A lot of people, some people have well water, but a lot of people are on city water. Could very well be months before city water, because the infrastructure was hurt so bad, before it's up and running. So this is going to be something that can't be fixed within a week or two with some donations. This is going to take a long time. So I think to not be forgotten about, and that help is still going to be needed going forward.
Carson,
for quite a while.
Thank y'all so much for giving me some time. We're going to be praying for you guys.
Thank
We'll
you
be
so
on the
much.
ground as long as we need to be to make sure your story is covered.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And guys, this is something that we continue to hear about the response. I mean, just local good folks, Christian organization stepping up. It just seems to be a little void when it comes to the response from the federal government, guys. But the people are still going to be here.
Yep. Thanks so much, Lawrence.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.